Welcome back to coding. So last time we have discussed about the different important questions of C which are most probably could be asked in your exam. So guys, if you like the content what I post, do like it, share it and also subscribe to my channel. That was the very first part of the video. If you have not watched that first part of the video, do check that video. The link is at the top right corner. Do check that video also, and this is the part 2 of the video in which I am going to tell you more questions of that, and possibly I will make the another part in which I will tell you the most important programs that you can learn for your exam in C. And if you want other exam or questions also like computer fundamentals or any other subjects, do let me know in the comment section. I'll post that also. So guys, if you like the content, do like it, share it and also subscribe to my channel. We discussed about some questions that were important for exam. So let's start with the next question that are important for your exam. So first of all, the question could be asked to you is, what are control statements? So basically when we are talking about control statement will include all the selection, looping and branching statement. But the question can be asked you in either way. Like they can ask you what are control statements, or they can just specifically ask you what are selection statement, decision statements or condition statement. Or they can ask you what are explain the looping and the iterative statements, or the question could be asked explain the branching statement. So whenever these questions come to our mind, what we actually need to write in that question as it displays on the screen. So first of all, I talked about what are control statement. So when you're talking about control statement, you need to define each and every part of selection statements, the looping statement and as well as the branching statement. So when we are talking about such section statement will include the if else, if, nested if, the switch case. That is basically the when we are talking about the selection statement. So when we are talking about the selection statement, these all things will be included, and you need to explain, as I've explained you over here, like whatever thing you need to define in that is based upon whatever is written over here. Means you can add your things also, but this is the basic thing that you need to declare. So for example, say if you are asked about a if statement, so you need to define that if statement will be true, the condition will be executed, otherwise the condition will not be executed. Similarly for the other cases, like how the functionality of each and everything works, I've explained you over here in some bit points so that it is easy for you to understand and you get to know what is the basically the question. And if you are not clear with this concept, you can watch my previous videos which I have already displayed about what do we mean by if else and how we need to actually work with it. Then we can also be asked in that format only, that what is a case statement. So just when we are asked about a case statement, you just need to define the switch statement. Next thing comes to us our mind is that what are sequential statements, or what we are called as iterative statement. So whenever I'm talking about the iterative statement will basically include some looping statement. So a looping statement will be of three categories: for loop, while loop and the do while loop. So you need to explain that with each and every syntax. I have already told you how you need to explain a question, the syntax, the example of the question and the explanation of that particular part. Kind of statement, that is the jumping statement. Jumping statement will be including break, continue, go to. So these are the some jumping statement which help you with the change the program view. Like if it is from the first statement, it directly goes to the another statement. So these can be asked. It is a whole, that part is known as a control structures of a language, or particularly we can say control structures of C or control structure of any other language. So just need to understand how you need to define these control structures. Functions. So basically what are functions and what are the different types of functions. You can just be asked, how do we define a function, what is function, what are the different kinds of function that are available in C, how do we define a function. Even if you are asked how do we define a function, explain what do you mean by a function, what are the three things that are involved to be involved in a function, and how we write that. So basically when we are asked about a function, we will define the definition of the function. When we divide the program into set of some modules, that is basically known as a function, so that it can perform a specific task. Then we have two types of function that are available. That is, one is the inbuilt function that are already present in the compiler. Then we have some user defined function. So the inbuilt function, we all know that we can use the inbuilt function like printf, scanf, whatever we are using in C. We need to include that particular header file and then we can use that desired function. Similarly, when we are talking about user defined function, so when you are talking about asked about how do we define a function, that is a user defined function. So in the user defined function, you first need to tell that the function will include a function prototype, then the function will include a function calling, then the function will include a function definition in which all the content that will be displayed to me will be shown. You need to define each and every part, and according to that part only you need to present that to the examiner call by value, or what do we mean by call by reference. So basically the difference could be asked that what is the basic difference between call by value and by call by reference. So when we are talking about call by value will include only those functions through which we can pass a value, means exactly it will create a copy of that value. When we are talking by call by reference, it will not create a copy, it will just take that particular value. As you can see on the screen also, when we are asked about call by value function, this will pass the value of the variable into a function, but when we pass variable into a function, a copy of the value is passed, and then we have to write the particular program to understand that. Then we have given a call by reference function. Call by reference function, what we define that it is a variable into function, so that the changes are affected to the original value. So this is basically the call by reference method. So whenever we're talking about recursion, as we all know, recursion is basically calling the function itself again and again. That is basically it is called as recursion. So when we are talking about recursion, we must know the properties that what will involve. Function must call itself. It should have a terminating condition or something. That is basically what is the phenomena of recursion. And as explanation, you can see on the screen what do you need to define in recursion, what is the definition of recursion, how we define recursion, where we can use recursion, like in case we are using a factorial program, there we can use recursion also. So that all things you need to explain whenever you are dealing with this question, that what is recursion. It can be not be directly asked you what is recursion, but can involve some criteria. So I'm telling you as a direct question, so it's easy for you to understand that particular topic. Array. So whenever we are talking about array, we basically mean that array is a collection of homogeneous kinds of data elements which store consecutively memory location by single name. Just we need to define a single name, and accordingly that we will define an array. So basically you need to define the definition of array, then you need to the syntax of an array, then how you can initialize an array, how is the memory representation of the array done, you need to explain this thing. Then you need to define the different types of arrays that are available in a C language. One is one-dimensional array, then we have a multi-dimensional array. You need to define that also. Definition is that what do we mean by array. So there is no chance that the definition of array could be wrong. So you can just not be asked directly what is an array, but you can ask with the help of a program also. In that case you need to define some program. About programs, I will post a new video in which I will just focus on the programs and tell you which important program you need to learn before going for the exam. Array with structures. So whenever I'm talking about array with structure, when we declare an array in structure, that is called as structure as array. So basically you need to define that how array with structure means. As you can see on the screen also, there is a detailed explanation of what do we mean by array with structures, in which I have told you the example of the structure and what do we mean by array within structure. Then we also have a part of question that what is array of structure. Both have a difference between them, that what we mean by array of structure and array within the structure. You do not need to mismatch it. You just need to understand what we need to write in array within structure and what we need to write within array of structure. If you are not able to check it, you can pause the video over here and you can check that what is array of structure and array within structure, so that it is easy for you to understand what do we basically mean by this and what do we need to write exactly in the exam when we are asked this question. By a string. So whenever we're talking about string basically includes collection of characters, or we can say array of characters. That is basically called as a string. So in the string, what you need to define, how the string can be defined with the help of an array, what is the initialization of the string, how we can give the memory location of the string, what are different string functions that are available, like string copy, string concatenate, string reverse, string length, string compare. So these are different kinds of a string function that are available in C itself. So you need to give the header file, that is the hash include string.h. So these are the basically most importantly kind of question that could be asked in your exam, so which you can score well also in exam. And these could not be exactly the same question, but the topics that will be could be revolved around this thing only when you are asked in a C exam. So guys, I hope you must be clear about what are different kinds of things that you need to learn and how you can understand it and how you need to write in the exam. Post the next video in which I will tell you about the different programs that you can revise for your exam that might be asked in your exam. So guys, if you like the content what I post, do like it, share it, and also subscribe to my channel if you are new to my channel. And also you can connect me on my Instagram page, the link is in the description, and also on my website. So guys, keep sharing, keep liking, and share it as much as possible that everyone who is having the exam may get to know it. And if you want other videos of other subjects also, do let me know in the comment section. I'll try to post that soon. Thank you so much for watching.